from the camera to the monitor up front. You get an adapter cable. This is where you plug into the monitor at the front of the vehicle, and you can plug in power. You get a little box, and in here you get an adapter to plug into your stereo set, and this is the programmer, which enables the reverse camera function to work on your stereo system, the stock stereo in a Sprinter. And then lastly, you get a reverse camera which attaches to the top of your van where the brake light is. I'm not too impressed by the quality of this, but I hear that the video quality itself is better than the stock van, so we'll give it a try and see how it does. The thing I do like about this is the camera is adjustable. It has 3 detents, and that'll be nice to set how I like. And you do get a power tap, which is going to go up on the stereo end, and they give you a little adapter to do video to video processing, and a gasket for the brake light. So that's all the pieces for the Mid-City Engineering reverse backup camera kit, and basically we should get the equivalent of a stock backup camera with our stock stereo with this kit. And I'm going to go ahead and show how we install it. So this is the brake light that gets replaced with the video camera holding brake light, and there's 2 T25 screws that hold this in. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out, and we'll get the new brake light in. This is the brake light that came off of the van, and it's held in by these little clips, and I used multiple screwdrivers and I just carefully wedged this up, and it's pretty easy to take it apart without scratching it or breaking it, but you do have to get both sides. I kind of pried up one side on both sides with the screwdrivers and worked my way over and kind of had it angle out like this until it popped out, and it came out pretty easy. And then what will happen is this will snap right into here in the original brake light, just like so, except that there's a wire in the way right here, which you have to put through that little slot up there. So we're going to snap it in.
Turn it around?
Yeah. Nope, I had it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, there.
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 Yep. And it snaps right into place, just like so.
Like right into places like so.
And we're ready to go install this on the van after we apply the gasket onto the light, which is all pretty straightforward. And we'll just put our screws right back in on the ends, and we'll have the camera installed, and we'll have the wire coming out into the chassis of the van.
Yeah.
Okay, this is with the camera installed. It fits in a little difficultly. We had to like reset it a couple times, and then we put these T25 screws back in place. As we put it in, we did remember to plug in the brake lights, and the camera and cord was threaded out through into the chassis over here, through this hole here. So don't forget to do that before you screw the camera in and stick it onto the roof. Right, Sid?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's where we came out with our camera cable, right here. And we fastened it to the wires along here so we don't hear it rattling around while we're driving. And we've taken it along this wire run, and we've removed our front headliner, which took a lot of time to figure out. So we have this whole space open here. And when you remove your front headliner, you also remove these pillar guards right here. And we ran it behind this pillar guard all the way down through there, and it was very easy to drop the cable through and run it along a wire harness behind the dashboard without removing any of this. And we ended up able to thread it out right here. So the next step is we're going to be removing this stereo and plugging in the power and video feeds into the back of the unit.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that right now. Okay, I decided to go directly to the battery instead of cut wires behind my radio. This is kind of a temporary solution, but it might end up becoming permanent. So I have this wire here is the wire that came with the kit with the fuse in line. I've connected it on the positive and the negative side. It goes up behind here. I was able to thread it up without removing any panels, up and over, and then I followed the video cable into the stereo. And here's the stereo. Now, one important thing that I think everyone should do is back in there, I don't know if you can see in there, I've zip tied the coil of wires to the back so that it doesn't vibrate. But you just plug everything in as normal, and then on the back of the stereo is a very obvious green plug for the video camera to plug into. And I can't really show that to you, but it's very obvious and simple. And the ODB connector is down under here. You take the device that comes with the kit, which is here, and you simply have the key out of the ignition, plug it in, turn the key on, count to 30, turn the key off, pull it out, and the backup camera is enabled. And I'll show you what that looks like. So when you go in reverse, Sydney, you can stand right behind. So when you get into reverse, there's my little guy right there. Sydney, wave. No? Okay, never mind. But that's the backup camera working, and it looks pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that install. The hardest part was actually removing the roof liner. That's what took most of the time. But I need to put some insulation up there anyway. So, and this is our first parallel parking. It's way easier with the camera, and I think we're very happy with it, aren't we?